Hello and welcome. This is PappaZappa, and we're here with Chapter 4, A Captive Goddess. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 3 if you're here, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, let's go in right away. Alexius transformed the Statue of Liberty into his own twisted base of operations. It is the source of the supernatural forces that twine through the city streets, as if laughing at the concept of liberty. Peals of thunder roar, harbingers of the threat facing civilization. The statue must be reclaimed or humanity will suffer. After making his way to Liberty Island, Ryu's steely gaze now falls upon the greater fiend Alexi.
Behold, the true world has begun to stir from its prolonged torpor. We have endured imprisonment, a long era of silence, trapped in eternal slumber. Yet, even the deepest slumber can be disrupted by a single strike of lightning.
I mean, he's not really wrong. Lightning is pretty aggressive. Now, we do get a shop right at the beginning here. Apparently we missed another Life of the Gods somewhere. Cool. Didn't know that. Go ahead and buy that. Alright, so the first enemy we're going to have to deal with here is some ninjas. Nothing too crazy. Just... Yeah, the Falcon's talents have an analog to the Flying Swallow, but it is a little different for the buttons. In fact, let's find out what it is. Flying Tiger Claw, XYX. Okay. I don't think that was quite what I anticipated for me to press B. I don't think XYX is also the, something tells me. There we go. That's what I was looking for. We've been doing it already, but something to let off. Drop down here. More ninjas await us. They probably wanted to break up the amount of demons we've been fighting with some more ninjas, I guess. And, you know, that is one thing that this game does a pretty good job of. There's a good variety of enemies to fight, and each kind of have different things going on with them. It's just too much of that. And like even the enemies you do fight, they change appearance throughout the game. Sounds kind of good in that regard. A little funny when you can see enemies' faces like that. Yeah. Alright, big group this time. Definitely gotta be worried about the archers. There is a chest there, but I think it's just blue essence. Maybe red essence. Oh, that's red essence. Get ourselves just the turning. Great. Dispatch. Nice. You told me. So I guess my question for all you viewers today is what your favorite level of Ninja Gaiden 2 is. I guess this really only applies to people who actually beat the game, or as far as you've gotten. It's hard to say for me. There's quite a few good levels. All of them are pretty strong. I ranked number 5 pretty highly, number 6 pretty highly, number 7 pretty highly. I don't think 8 is the greatest level of all time. And mostly it's because of the enemies, not because of the setting. I like the Russian. 9 is a little crazy being in the Amazon rainforest. 10 is really crazy. 10 has that staircase I mentioned in episode 1. That's a really good contender right there. Chapter 14 is the final level. There's a lot going on there as well. Chapter 12 and 13 are pretty much the hardest levels, I would say. And then Chapter 11, that's a big moment too. It's really hard to pin down what the best is. I like a lot of them fairly evenly. But just for simplicity's sake, for giving an answer instead of pussyfooting around it, let's go with Chapter 10. Yeah, I like Chapter 10. That's good. We are not on Chapter 10, we are on Chapter 4. We finally made it out of the sewer into the subway. Lots of ninjas over here. Dispatch them one by one. Old classic. And if we're feeling overwhelmed, I'll use an info, or if I see a red essence, I'll now, at some point, you get access to the zoom drop on the Falcon's Talons as well. Oh, we already have it. Fair enough. Just have to press the right button combination to access it. Like that. Very powerful move. Usually dispatches an enemy you hit it with. Alright. Those enemies are taken care of. I do find it funny you can't go in backwards here. You have to actually engage with this. A minor healing item is useful, especially considering how much the third boss impacted us in terms of our healing ability. Second minor healing item helps as well. So you can tell they at least want you to use 2 if they're going to put 2 right there. And someone needs to put some WD-40 on that. Now if you run over this way and grab the item here, it is... I don't know if it means the ninjas won't spawn if you don't do that, but they certainly do spawn if you do. Put it that way. Yeah, you better be careful messing. Oh, 2 red essence. It's alright. You have to use the arrow here to be able to get this. I don't believe anything else is going to let you do it. Maybe an incendiary shuriken, actually. But you only get a limited number of those, much like you get a limited number of... Oh, we got dogs coming up. Oh boy. I'm just going to right away go on these guys. They're very annoying. And they'll tear through your health bar, much like they did in Chapter 2, if you recall. You definitely need to be ready for these things. You make me look bad. And ninja dogs. What a crazy enemy. These were not in the original Ninja Gaiden. Pretty comfortable. And keep in mind, when I say original, I don't mean the NES version. I mean Ninja Gaiden 2004 and usually Ninja Gaiden Black 2005. I haven't beat Sigma yet. That one was really annoying, so... I don't know, really... didn't grab me quite like the other versions have. We're gonna go ahead and use a minor healing. While we're at it. Sometimes you just need to use an info to gain control of the situation. There we go. Now, I think if you had done this all the way, it might spawn more enemies. Yep. So there is, if you're playing through it the first time, there will be a crystal skull up there up top, I'm pretty sure. But for us, it's really that minor healing item is the important bit. Now, hopefully there's a save... Oh, whoa. Would you look at that? A save statue right there for us. Behind these barrels is an item you can grab. I think it's a green screen. Now, it is protected, so be careful. Oh, Nimble. Oh, we can actually use that for a change, so that's nice. Make sure you work the left stick into your combos, because occasionally that will help you get more moves out. As I say again. Once we go up here, there's going to be a bunch of imps for us to fight, and then those flying dudes. I believe you can just run right past them if you want, but I don't know if we're going to be doing that. Now, the Jewel of the Demon Seal, we got another one here. We're going to use it right away, and we're just going to make our Art of the Inferno the highest level it can be. Now it can dispatch 3 enemies at once, and it's pretty powerful for what it's worth. Now with these flying enemies, I'm not the biggest fan of them, so we're just, I think for this one, we might actually just run past them. Either that or drag them to where there are no flying enemies like right here. Now one thing I've noticed is it's a little harder to stun them if they're in an attack animation. You gotta really work on them to get that working. So this is one of those grabs you can get your way out of. Moving both the twin sticks fast. If you want to learn how to do it effectively, I would definitely recommend playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the Dragon Ball Z Arena Fighter that's 3D. That game will, you're going to have to learn how to spin the sticks fast in that one if you want to get anywhere. Oh. So there's another Life of the Gods for us. We're getting close to 9, which will mean it's effectively another Life of 1,000 Gods at that point. Of course, they're not going to give us a shot for free. They are going to jump us or doing that. It's fine. Honestly, you should pretty much expect it. Anytime you pick something up in an area, there's going to be a jumping happening. Nice. This guy, and he's dispatched. Don't believe there's any more items in this area. Just need to go ahead and jump our way up. I really like stations like this. Now we're fast approaching the medium point, the halfway point of the level. get a boss we haven't seen. Fairly tough one for what it's worth. We're gonna make use of those incendiary shurikens for the first fight. I really love the power you feel behind your weapon in this. One thing I'm not a fan of is when enemies are really, really tanky and they just don't feel like they take any damage. I call it the shooting a death claw with the 22 pistol effect for those of you who have played Fallout. It just doesn't work. You're not going to get any damage in, and you're going to feel like you want to feel powerful. And the way the game makes it fair is by making the enemies also powerful. Now we are going to go this direction first because there is an item for us to grab. There's absolutely a 0% chance we're going to fight all these enemies right here. Because if you just run this way, it activates the boss fight. I think I know why he's mad. It's because he forgot his eyes. So be careful standing next to him. He'll do that stomp move you just saw. The flying swallow doesn't really do anything here, so I recommend grabbing the lunar staff. Even if you're in the air, that stomp will hit you. We're going to go ahead and switch to the incendiary shuriken and show you kind of what I was talking about. If I show you what I was talking about, I mean get slammed. We are going to use Herb of Spiritual Life. Oh! And we'll also just get one shot. That was nice. Yeah, don't walk in the way of that that attack. That's our first death for the playthrough. It was bound to happen eventually. This game's quite difficult. It'll usually send you back to the last save space you were at, but because we were at a boss fight, it'll send us instead. And yeah, so let's hope we can get through it alright. Okay, so as we go to like 20% health. Right, we're gonna go ahead and use a medium healing item this time. Now this, like many of the other bosses, you can, I'm pretty sure if you get them low enough, you can get some kill off on them. Oh wow, that didn't kill us this time. Probably because we used a medium healing item instead of this one. Alright, there we go. We got the QC kill. Just getting like 10% pretty much, and that'll do it. Shame we had to use 2 healing items, but it was hard enough that it killed us, so obviously it was required. Needed.
Grab on! Hurry!
Man, she must have attended the Mercenaries 2 training school of helicopter piloting, where every soldier is required to be able to fly a helicopter.
How is it out there?
Fiends are everywhere!
The Statue of Liberty. That's the source of all this. There's a powerful fiend there.
Oh man.
Be careful.
Right into the mess. Bunch of imps, some flying enemies, and these flying enemies are going to be really annoying because they're going to try and jump you. Yeah, be ready for that. awesome enemies to deal with. I recommend using that bow tactic I was telling you about earlier to dispatch them. If you feel like fighting them even, you don't have to. I guess I just feel like it for this second. Oh, definitely don't do that. Yeah, no, that's a bad call. Okay, looks like we got him. Nice. And I don't believe there are any items out here. There are a slew of items, though, inside the statue. Including a number of ninjas for us to deal with. And our test of valor for this thing. Now, I didn't mention it before, but this playthrough, we're gonna do every test of valor unless somehow I end up skipping it without noticing, like I did my last playthrough by myself just recently. Although, thankfully, it was so soon in the past that I don't think that'll be an issue. Hopefully. Now, I'm kind of curious what the enemies are going to be for this stage. I think it'll be imps, is my guess. So there's more incendiary shurikens for you to grab if you ran through any number of them, really. The dual swords you can grab here, which very unremarkable in this game, in my opinion. There's a save statue here, but more importantly, like even better than the save statue, is the Easter egg right here, the Xbox symbol. This will always refill your health like a save statue. Now let's go in, see how we handle the test of valor. Let's see what we're up against. Oh great. Oops. Alright, so we're gonna try our method out of getting some essence and then ultimate techniquing. I think that'll be our best way to approach things the safest that we can. Oh, so that's it. So there's this term called on landing charge, where if you jump and then you land, you get an immediate boost to charging speed that can help you quite a bit. So one thing we can do to get some essence on the ground is one of these Art of the Infernos. So you do have to actually get some distance to really take advantage of it. For the temporary levels. Now if there were ever more than one enemy nearby, we could get more than one kill. Also, the Dragon Sword just doesn't really have the best ultimate technique as it is. Some have a lot better. Like, when we get the Bororian flails, those are crazy. There. Flying Swallow, as always, is fairly effective against these guys. No one was close enough. It is a matter of timing in a lot of circumstances. We are getting a little low though, so we're going to have to be a bit careful here. Obviously, it would be ideal if we didn't have to use any healing items, but completely unexpected, or completely expected loss. That's too bad. Slowly but surely. Oh, ouch. Let's go ahead and use an Art of the Inferno. Looks like only 4 of them are spawning at a time. Oh, and that blue essence we do want for sure. I believe when we execute someone, it's called the obliteration technique. So I'm going to start using that term. Let's get some red essence there. Got us that time. You're not always going to beat the clock on that. Hopefully it's a fairly manageable enemy we're fighting here. Let's go ahead and let you some info. Right into it. Good call, good call. Hello. Well, good. Here, we have up to this point avoided using any healing items, which is positive for sure. Do a combination of Nimpo, Flying Swallow. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna go do that for safety. Nope. I was trying to use the Nimpo. You gotta be careful. Using Nimpo is a combination of Y and Z. So it can be pretty easy to combine them. Mess yourself up pretty bad. Gotta get pretty close here. You know you've really gotten far when there's less than this. So like the fact that there are 3 right now instead of 4. The way I think they operate is they draw from a pool each, like imp number 1, imp number 2, and once you defeat imp number 4's pool, there's no longer a 4. There we go. Just like that, we've done it. Let's see the reward this time. Oh, nice. A Talisman of Rebirth. So this is effectively the best item in the game, I'd say. If you turn it on, it means from that point forward, if you would have died, instead you're revived with full health, and I believe even Nimpo. So definitely keep those for tight spots or situations you know that you have problems with. Those Test of Valors are a pretty good example, or boss fights even can come up. There's also a little bit of lore here in the corner. More ninjas in the way for us. Nice kick there. No? Execution. There's more in this room. Real menagerie of enemies. Let's deal with. Including the genies, it would appear. I'm just calling them genies, by the way, for lack of a better term. I seriously doubt that. In fact, I could just call him Ninja Wizard. Probably work too. Be the same amount of accuracy. It is easier to say. There we go. Looks like we got the combat encounter. Now there are some items hidden about, I'm pretty sure, in this area, so let's just take a moment to make sure that we grab everything. If you go in front of that glass, an imp's gonna jump out and try and boogie boogie you. Like that. There's more outside waiting for you, but we don't have to go for it right away. Oh, just jump there. I'm pretty confident that there's... I'm thinking a Devil Way mushroom right here. We'll see. Oh, would you look at that? It's the kind of item that, unless I'm feeling pretty desperate, I don't feel the need to use all that often. Now, you can do a little bit of Kung Fu treachery here, I think. Nope. Hello. Oh, darn. Punched us. Then fall body grab. You know what? I don't think that. Down, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we even get a small equipment. Nice. That'll pay us back for the one we had to use when we were fighting the imps in the Test of Valor. Now for this section, there are a bunch of enemies, including flying ones. I believe you can just skip them. Go up to this next area. And then also just skip these two. Go to the next area. Of whom more are waiting for you, and you can also skip them. However, we're not really trying to skip them, we're just going to a location where there isn't the fall. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them fall, I guess. Looks like we dealt with those guys. Don't really care about the flying enemies. Just go inside. Bunch of ninjas in here. Ooh, that's that was really funny. Hello. Oh man. Okay. Got an item right here. There is a crystal skull up. Oh, another life. Oh, that's awesome. If you jump right here, you can get to it. This is where the crystal skull would appear, I'm pretty sure. And then the next one up, I think there's even an item you can grab, like if you jump up. I think you gotta do something like this. Yeah, there we go. Although, because we've already gotten the crystal skull, it doesn't actually do anything. So what you do need to do, though, to continue forward is to jump up this, I'm not even really sure what to call this. I mean, probably it's an elevator, but it seems to be doing that. Hello? Taking out the enemies with style. Oh, 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 oh. Get them off of you. Yeah, they'll explode if you let them on too long, I'm pretty sure. Something to be careful about. I think it might be possible to go down a little bit here. I don't think there's actually anything waiting for you yet. There are sections where you can go outside, though. Oh, this might be what I was talking about. Good to see there were some enemies waiting for us, too. There we go. Now we're fully replenished on small healing. Go. So out here, there's an item waiting for you. The life of the gods. They like to tuck these away. The main path kind of ways. More ninjas are going to be up here for sure. We're getting pretty close to the boss now. There is a shop here. I think we can afford level 3 of something. Yeah, we sure can. Let's go ahead and get level 3. Let's see, so you would think Falcon's Talons, but we are going to have a new enemy next level we have to face. That's going to be really annoying. I think level 3 Lunar is going to help with that. Also against the boss, the Lunar is pretty good. So it probably wouldn't hurt to have a level 3. Oh hey, would you look at that, another double way mushroom. For whatever reason, I'm really good at not using those, so I almost always have 3. Okay. Up here. There's some ninjas. Gotta be careful to not fall down. It's entirely possible. Yeah, looks like there's 2 holes in which you can fall into. Dang. Okay. And then once you go up, then the boss is awaiting you, so hope y'all are ready, because this is it. We're gonna switch to the Lunar, I think, for this one. Because this is another boss where you do not want to jump against him. It'll go very badly for you. Just like that. Made it to the boss. First greater fiend we're gonna fight out of 4.
I recognize that stink. The repugnant stench of the dragon lineage.
The final lament of an ancient creature. That's death you smell.
You humans have the lifespan of flies. I have experienced things your feeble minds could never comprehend. The music of the spheres, echoing through the cosmos. You may call me Alexei. One of the 4 greater fiends, and master of lightning.
I really liked Ryu's one-liner there. That was really nice. Now, be careful. Grab. Yeah, that was a grab. If you let him do that to you, you're gonna get hurt real bad. Pretty much every boss has a bunch of grabs. This is going to be another boss where you really can't get him with the Arcane Inferno so hot, or really any Nympho for that matter. He's so fast that he'll probably be able to dodge it. Man, yeah, that grab is brutal. So let's go ahead and use one of our smaller healing. Yeah, make it 2. And there's that grab again. This is the kind of boss where you want to try and dodge his attack and then go for him. Or you can just die. Oh, we did not die. Nice, nice. If you can get a stun off on him, it'll mean you'll have a second to fight. Tornado mode, you just want to dodge out of the way of. I guess roll is fine too. We'll go ahead and use another herd. Yeah, the the level 3 Lunar's doing pretty good work against this guy. Now, unlike the other bosses, you can't. There's no free QTE to take him out. Whew, and there we go, we did it, first try. Nice, please reconnect controller.
Such is the fragility of evil.
Yeah, you tell me.
Hayabusa, you will pay for your sin!
There's our favorite CIA worker, Sonya, here to the rescue. Ryu's got some excellent strength and endurance. He just rides on the ladder. He doesn't even care. He needs a seat. One arm. Just like that, we've defeated Chapter 4. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. This was PappaZappa. I was very glad to bring it to you. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. And there's that Master Ninja rank for y'all. Until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.